Hello and welcome again to another Fusion360 tutorial. In this video we're continuing with the constraints and all of the tool constraints that we have up here. The first one we're going to start out with is our horizontal verticals. So basically we're going to go ahead and select a line, go on our origin, bring it out like this. Now as you can see, this is kind of loosey-goosey all over the place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our horizontal and vertical line. We're now going to highlight our line that we have here. Oops, why is this not working? We're going to highlight our line, and as you can see, since it was at an angle that was pretty close to the horizontal direction, it went ahead and snapped this way. Now what we can do with this is we can create another line and just kind of loosey-goosey put it here. We can then click on our horizontal vertical. Once we click this line, it will automatically go to our vertical line. So that's what this constraint does. So you have your horizontal and your vertical. Now we'll move on to the coincident. Now the coincident is used in this manner right here. We will go ahead and select it. Now what we'll do, as you can see these little handles here, and you can highlight them, and what we're going to do is we're going to select it, and then we are going to go ahead and go over here to our origin and the end of this line and click it, and as you can see it completes the line. It brings us to a right angle. Now you can do this in many different ways. You can click this, click the top portion of this, and click here, and as you can see, whatever we clicked up here will connect to that point here. So go ahead and go back and do this. Now as you can see, we have it constrained as our vertical, so we can't move it to the right or left. It is locked in that orientation. Also, you cannot move this up and down, but you can move it to the left and right. So in order to complete this constraint, we want it to be locked in position. So what do you notice? The height. So we need to specify height in order to lock it. So we'll go ahead and hit D for dimension, click on our line, click on our line, bring it over. You can also specify how high you want this to be. So we can do 70. As you can see, it is now locked. We cannot do anything with this. We can go over here, and this one is still not locked, so we'll hit our D for dimension again, click on this, bring it down. We can specify what length we want to put it. We'll do a 70 with this, and there you have a locked constraint on both ends. Now we can go ahead and go further with our tangent. Now tangents has to do with a circle, so we'll go ahead and hit our C for circle. Go ahead and make it about 25 millimeters. Now as you can see, we'll go to our tangent, we'll highlight our circle, and we'll highlight it on this line. As you can see, it has now snapped it to the very corner of this line. As you can see, we can go up and down with it. It is locked in that position. If we were to delete this dimension of the diameter, once you move the circle, it can grow in and out because it's not locked into that constraint. So you have to dimension this to keep it locked in the orientation. So we do our 25, 25, enter. So now it's locked in that orientation. We can't move it out. We can only move it up and down. So what does that tell you? We need to specify our height. So that means we need to dimension from our origin here to our middle here, which it's already doing. And we'll go ahead and click, and we will specify 35. It will then lock, and we have an absolutely locked, constrained geometry that will not move no matter what. So that is quite a neat feature. These are just a few of the constraint features up at the top. In the next video we're going to go over more of them, but for now that's the ones we're going to go over. I hope to see you in the next video, and we're going to explain a little more on these constraints, so be sure to stick around.